I know we're skipping around a little bit. People obviously online thinking that the gap jump might have been too big. What, I don't know, but it definitely got people's attention.
Yeah. I mean, what is it that makes Hardline different to a World Cup track in your opinion?
Track or event? Track.
As an event, as a track, what is it that makes those two things events different?
What was cool actually, so the night before the videos came out of the one of Jim flying, I was with Brendan, and I was with Brendan at the same time as Craig Evans and Sam Hocknell came into a place, and it was so sick to see like all three of them straight away like, have you seen the jump? Have you seen the jump? Have you seen the jump? I'm gonna guess that at a World Cup the athletes aren't that hyped, and they're not as I don't know if the word is nervous, I'm not too sure, but like just excited to go like see something, watch something, and go ride something.
So Hardline is an event that comes with weight, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I guess
it does,
so. It's like the course it's a big part of it, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
the course is a major part of it for sure.
It's challenging.
It's challenging. You're going to see like riders really pushing their limits. I know they do at World Cup, but it's in a very different way.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
I think it's really interesting because at a World Cup you go such a ridiculous pace down a track that is rideable, right? That is rideable to a wider audience. Okay,
especially recently, they're bike parks. You could go ride that tomorrow absolutely. If you wanted to,
and you literally can. You can go to Leogang and you can ride the bike park.
Yeah.
Whereas Hardline, that's how it differs. It's like the speed is what makes a World Cup track dangerous. Hardline, it is the course. So everything is about the course, right?
Such a good point. Yeah, of course.
I think we can all agree on as fans of what makes Hardline amazing is the course.
Yeah, and it almost puts the riders on an even bigger pedestal.
I think so.
It does put
you put
same as Rampage.
Absolutely. You see like a motorway section at the end of a World Cup and it's like, it's really cool. Yeah. And you seeing someone go as fast as they can over jumps that are like that you can ride in a bike park. It's really cool to see. It's cool to see the best in the world ride something that you can also ride. It's also cool to see the best in the world
be the best of the world.
Be the best in the world.
Yeah,
it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
right?
100%.
So Hardline, I was mega hyped for the new section of track.
Yeah, I was as well. And I think obviously the internet, you said before, like got it cancelled in a way.
Yeah, so I think the internet cancelled that jump.
Okay, you think it got 2024'd?
I think the internet did. I think.
And why? Do you think it was just a PR nightmare for Red Bull should anything happen? Or
well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because, okay, let's look at Tasmania and let's look at Wales.
Yeah.
So Tasmania, Dave McMillan had a really, really big crash.
Yeah,
testing the last jumps.
The last jumps, yeah.
So obviously his crash was awful. He was rushed off to hospital. Really bad feeling around it. Everyone was worried. The jump was... These are big jumps. You're pushing the limits. It happens. It goes wrong. It's really hard to work out.
There's no footage of this crash either.
Yeah, there's loads, but it doesn't...
It's not out.
It's not nice
it's
to
not
put out.
Knowledge.
So it's not
okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's for Dave to put out whenever he wants. I don't know if he will. It's not... Crashes aren't actually nice. Like...
No.
Especially if you know the bloke's knocked out all his teeth and broken his femur and all of those things.
Yeah.
But it didn't get released before the race. So then the testing, the jump was altered and the race went ahead. And I don't think there were any complaints about the course. There weren't people saying it was irresponsible. It was still pushing the boundaries of what's possible on a mountain bike, but no one was on a high horse in the comments, were they?
No, I didn't see anything for sure.
I don't know, because it might be, because these are the events that reach a broader audience than anything, but I don't think there's many people in the comments saying, they shouldn't be doing this. This is irresponsible.
Yeah, it's true.
Skip to Hardline Wales.
Yes.
What happens?
You got 3 studs testing a jump.
Yeah.
And 2 out of 3 made it. The third guy obviously got booked and ejected.
So testing,
but that's testing.
Yeah, testing is about information. It's about like gathering what you need to do to make it right.
Yeah.
And they worked out the radius it was too much of a tight radius, and it did look it from my armchair.
Well, exactly. From a photo on your rectangle
that I can barely see, it looked like
from a weird angle.
From a weird angle, it looked like it was too kicky, and like everyone agrees it's too kicky. The guy who built the lip would agree it's too kicky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone who's tried it will agree.
So do you feel like if the internet didn't, people, if the comment sections weren't so rife, the jump would have stayed in? If Jim Monroe had have made that jump, everything would have just carried on and it would have been in? Do you think it would have? Or the conspiracy theory, was it just a publicity stunt and it was never going that way anyway and it was just a case of drumming up?
I don't believe that.
I don't. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there, 'cause that's
I
what
don't
we do.
believe that. I think ultimately, whatever happens. They make the smartest decision on the day. If it was my event, I wouldn't have. After the hoo-ha surrounding that jump, I wouldn't have run it either.
Right.
If it was my event, I wouldn't have run it.
Right. You'd have taken that jump out.
Yeah, because how you can't, after that many armchair warriors know best.
Yeah.
You can't almost give them the opportunity to be correct. You have to react. It's like it's such a strange thing.
Also, like,
it's like open forum, isn't it? It's like everyone can just say their opinion. And what does anyone know about 70-foot wooden canyon caps?
Not much.
Nothing.
I think obviously that when we seen all that footage too and the vlogs and stuff from Matt and Bernard, it wasn't, as far as I know, it wasn't finished. There was still going to be a safety net.
Absolutely.
There's probably still be a guardrail at the side. Do I want to do it? No. Do I want to see the best in the world jump it? Probably, yeah.
It'll be an amazing spectacle.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll see.
But also,
I mean,
I think we spoke about this before, but like you test jumps, the size of the jump wasn't the issue, was it? It was the perception of the jump with the canyon and the scaffolding and it looked quite aggressive. Like,
that's right. Yeah, they're already jumping more than 70, aren't they? And that's a lovely run-in.
Yeah, because the jumps after are bigger.
Yeah,
and faster.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it's really interesting, isn't it?
It is.
That's by the way, everything I've said is just I could be completely wrong, and it could be every rider on that
use the comment
start
section.
list.
I know we're a little bit behind. What are we, a month?
But it could be that every rider on that start list said they didn't want to do it after the and they weren't interested. That could be the case.
Yeah.
I think every rider on that start list wanted to not do the ankle breaker drop and probably would have preferred to have the modified, bigger radius 70-footer. I think probably that would have been.
Can we talk about the stuff that Jamie said to me on that voice message? Yeah, we can. We'll talk about it. So I think what's interesting too is like as the sport's progressing so fast that you have this company Red Bull putting the name to stuff that they are pushing the limits of sport in loads of other sports, not just mountain biking. But our friend Jamie Scribby was on the podcast, sent me a message saying that basically like Red Bull pulled out of X Fighters because they didn't want to put the name to something that was sport that was progressing that fast.
Okay, yeah,
and it's interesting to think that like they're doing that with mountain biking now with Hardline and Rampage, and it's like it's progressing fast. You know, look at like the 90s that came after that Canyon Gap. 2 years ago, they were the thing. Yeah. And all of a sudden we've moved on to that, and it's like it's going to keep going.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
It's like progression, but also it's there has to be an element of safety, right? Like it can't just keep getting crazier and crazier. I don't know who makes those decisions.
Well, I think ultimately it's just athlete led, and then the thing is you've got a big corporation like so entwined in this sport that you can't imagine. You know, Red Bull aren't that, so it has to be bits of both, doesn't it? But
interesting thing.
It is interesting thing. I can't imagine that you go above 100 foot really, and it's something that's just like repeatable every run. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Darkfest has certainly proven that you can make really big jumps really safe.
Yeah.
Like that course now is dialed and
True.
And it's. But yeah, I always find it funny because of course it's about riders and about feeling. People, when we had that, when Brendan had his canyon at Rampage, people were like, "Oh, the comments then were horrible. I didn't like it. My mate was about to jump off it. There was loads of really gnarly comments about how it was like irresponsible." And,
oh really?
Yeah. And
Okay.
And it was about lad science and about they've done the numbers wrong on this. And it's like, what do you think is going on when you do a jump? It's only about feeling. You couldn't look at a speedometer on a run-in. Imagine looking at a speedo on the way in being like, right, okay, the calculations are correct. I'm going, what are they hitting like 90s at, like 50 miles an hour or something? Like,
it's bloody impressive, man. I'm not sure because we watched Bernard's vlog together. I don't know how we haven't ended up talking about it, but we haven't.
True,
but it was so good to see how they go through, and it is thought out. It's not just a hit and hope. Like, he is analysing all of it, and it's
best riders in the world.
Bloody impressive. So
next time you write a little comment about how irresponsible it is, I don't know. It has an effect. Everything has it's like butterfly effect.
That's
sure. Just my opinion, though, and I could be completely wrong. I just think that jump got 2020 forward. I look forward next year. I bet it'll be back. I bet it'll be there.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Okay. Hey, man, what an episode that was. You did amazing in it.
And so did you.
You shone like a star.
You shone like a moon.
Can we also put something up here that you can click on for the next episode?
How about we put a subscribe up there in the middle?
Yeah, I love
We're going to put a video we think that our lovely companionship will love on your face.
On my face?
Yeah. And
so
on
you can't see me now?
Gone. And on my face, another video that we think people will love. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please hit like and subscribe. You guys are the best.
Peace and love.